Hey, thank you for finding your way back. Today we're talking knots, and not just any knot. We're going to do the FG knot. I'm going to show you a simple, easy way to tie it, which is pretty much your standard way. It's just so you can understand this knot. What is an FG knot? An FG knot is a compression knot that wraps around your main leader. Okay, so your leader is never kinked or distorted whatsoever, making it one of the strongest knots there is, if tied properly. And that's why people shy away from it. They think it takes too long, and they don't tie it properly and it slips out. But it is very simple if you follow these steps. So let's get to tying and show you the nice, easy way. So I've got my rod and reel here in my computer area. I've got it laid on a black piece of foam. You can do this in your boat. You can do this in on your couch, any way you choose. And there's many places to hook the line to. You can make a loop, hook it around the handle. You can make it a loop, hook it around your line, your hook tie. I'm going to make a loop just for this demonstration so everything's in the air. And it is also very useful for the non-demonstration, is just to hook it to your handle. It's probably one of the most useful places you can hook it to. Most people don't think about it, and they'll stand their rod up and they'll tie the line somewhere. So now that we have the loop on here, we're all set. You can tie this loop again anywhere. It's just the handle in this particular situation makes sense. So the line is loose. As you tighten this knot, the line gets twisted and gets tighter and tighter and tighter. That's what causes people problems, because the line gets tight and your leader material will now get kinked, and you have to keep pulling it out nice and straight, but people never loosen their line. So I'm actually going to loosen this line a little bit more, and that wasn't a lot, but as I make the knot, my line will be going down and getting tighter, and if it gets too tight, I'll loosen it up a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to be using P-line fluorocarbon. This is a 17-pound test. I'm not associated with P-line. This is what I like. So you want to give yourself, when you're tying this knot, say, 4 to 6 inches of tag line. Don't be skimpy with it. It's just going to make tying your knot harder. So this will be sliding out of your hand as you're trying to hold this together. If you want, you can take, give yourself a little more slack and wrap it around your fingers a few times, okay? And that will help in the overall when you're doing your knot, okay? It's still going to slide around. It's just something you have to get used to tying the knot. Now this will be a little harder doing it in front of the camera, but hey, it'll be a nice knot. So before we start, we're going to slide the rod away from us, okay? And here's the first eye. Here's the line, the part of the line we're tying to, nice and loose. And the reason I did that is down here, you want to give yourself some slack to finish your knot up later. You don't want to have a short line trying to tie a bunch of half hitches. So there's another good tip for you, okay? So I start my knots underneath. Now remember, we're going to do 21 wraps. So when I say 21 wraps, it's 21 half wraps, okay? Which would be 11 full wraps. So again, I start underneath, and I'm just going to crimp it, okay? And I'm pulling up on the line right now to give myself a little tension, okay? And we're going to go over and under, okay? Over and under, okay? Over, over, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now also, when you see me doing this knot, I'm pulling back this way. So this would be 8, okay, under, over, under, over, under, 10, over, under, 12. Okay, so I'm going to see how that's tangling. All you got to do is give that a straight pull, okay, and you have now a perfect knot, okay? So while I'm talking to you and trying to do the video, I'm trying to make some scenarios that will help you out. So right here, this line, which was real loose, after half of the knot is already tight. So we're going to loosen it up a little bit, and now I can come back up, okay? So we were at 12,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, over, under, 18, and as you can see, it's starting to become a very nice looking knot. 19, 20, 21. So every once in a while, give yourself a nice little pull, and that is a perfect knot right there. This is the main line side. So now I'm going to just bring this up to this side. I'm going to loosen the line a little bit. And now we're going to get some scissors. We're going to slide it back this way. I'm going to slide it back this way. I'm going to cut it. Okay. So here we are. We have the main line, the tag, and then the tag on your main line. So you can see the knot. Okay, very nice looking knot. Now we're going to do just one half hitch. Okay, so we'll just come under it, make it easy for you guys to see. And we're going around, here's your tag, we're going around both those lines. Okay, we're going to keep some tension on this on the main line. Oops. Okay, so there's your half hitch, and we're going to keep some tension on this main line, and you can see right here, we're just going to pull the half hitch down to the front of that knot, and then we'll just give it a little pull. It doesn't matter. I've seen people pull and pull and pull. It doesn't need to be that tight. It's just to hold it down. So we went around your main line and your leader. At this point, you have a complete knot, okay? We are going to wet this with a sponge because I'm not going to lick it on screen. Most people just lick it. And then now we're going to give yourself, just wrap it around, and we're going to pull. And you're going to see the color of this line change color. Okay, so my hand, that was not the knot slipping. That is my hand sliding down the line. Okay, that is a complete knot. You could pull and pull and pull on this knot, and it just will not go anymore. So, to complete this knot, I'm going to slide up here, and we're going to keep this line tight. Okay, and at this point it's nice because you can hold your, put your hand on the rod, and all you need is one hand really to do this knot. So get this untwisted, and I'm going to come a little closer here. I can unwrap my hand now, and I'm just going to go. Now before I went under and over. This time I'm going to go over and under, and we're going to pull down. Okay, don't have to go over the knot. You don't, and if you do, just pull it this way a little bit. You'll hear a pop, and then make sure your line didn't get stuck in there. Okay, now we're going to go under. I'm going to just do this for a total of 4 times. You can do it more. You can do it 5, 6, or whatever. It just depends on the day. So, but I would do a minimum of 3 because we're going to cut the line. And when we cut the line, it's these knots that are covering the line before it gets down to the knots that can unravel. So again, pull, and you'll notice if you pull sometimes this way, you'll hear a pop, and that's good because that's it sitting down properly. And as we go through this, you'll see it come together. All right, so that's it, and now we can cut the line. So I'm just going to do 3. I'll do 4, and then we'll call it good there. And we'll go over. Okay. All right. There's your 4 knots, and now we're going to cut it. I find it easiest in this situation. You can cut it with scissors, which are great, or if you happen to have a pair of flat cutters, okay, so these are electrician's cutters and they're very flat right here, and they really do a good job when you're doing it, but you can use a knife, cutters or whatever, but it's nice, you just give it a little clip and it's off. Or you can take your scissors and do the same thing, and you can trim it down to virtually nothing. Okay, don't pull anymore at this point, you're fine, it's all tight, the knot is finished. We're gonna finish this off with like five half hitches, and we're gonna do opposite. So there's over, and now you can just pull down on it, under, pull down on it, over, pull down on it. And when you pull down on it and give it a little pull back, you'll hear a pop. That's the knot setting. Okay, I think I went over last time, so we'll go under, and then over. The last knot, give it a nice little tweak after it's set, and then we're going to grab the line. So there's your new leader, there's your knot, and here's your main line. I'm going to flip it over this way because I'm right-handed, and I am just going to again grab my cutters. Now I'm going to show you the lighter version. So you have your knot, and I'm going to cut it just a little bit away. And now you can see there's a little teeny tag end on this. I'm just going to grab the tag end, grab the knot, I'm going to lay it down flat, and you're going to light it, and just gently watch the line melt. When it gets to the knot, it's done. Okay? Now we can, this knot is not going anywhere. That is a complete finished knot, and that's what it should look like when it's all done. Strong, it is straight, it'll go through micro guides, and you cannot make a thinner knot. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope my tips and tricks help you out. Hey, practice, practice, practice. It should only take you a couple of times to really get it down, and once you do, it'll probably be the only leader knot you tie. Thanks, have a great day.